Welcome everyone to my first YouTube channel on my clothing brand, Maison Aurelius. I thought it would be very essential to, reach out to, to my community, also on YouTube as well, because I know YouTube is a big space where people also go on. So I just wanted to, expand the community on YouTube as well. With this first video, I'm just going to talk about, my clothing brand, how long we've started for the drop that's going to be coming next month in August, and also the first design, the meaning behind it, because all our designs are going to have meaning behind it. It's not just going to have a plain design and no meaning attached to it. There's always going to be a meaning behind it. So I'm going to go through that with you as well, and also as well the plans and future for Mason Aurelius in the next 12 to 24 months. But yeah, I started Mason Aurelius around October, November last year. I never envisioned myself starting a clothing brand, but I started it, because I like to say that I've got a good dress sense, and I just wanted to, put that into something that I can show. So I thought, why not start a clothing brand? So yeah, that's how Mason Aurelius came across as well. And also the reason why I picked the word Mason Aurelius as the clothing brand, because it signifies luxury, presence, authority, and discipline, which I like to come across. I like to be very disciplined with whatever I do, also hold a sense of authority, and also have a subtle luxury vibe within myself as well. And with the design, our design is a black stag t-shirt and a white stag t-shirt. Now, the reason why I've gone with the stag design first as my first drop is because the stag symbolizes leadership, resilience, and persistence. And also, so when I look back in my life, like I had to be, persistent and resilient in a lot of things, because it's been challenging. Life's been challenging. You get it, but you with life, everything's going to be challenging. You're not going to have like an easy road, especially where you're trying to get to a certain level that you've never been to before. You've got to be, very persistent, very resilient. Always have that self belief and very disciplined that you may not be seeing the results now, but in 5, 6, 7 years time, if you're consistent at it, you can, get to where you want to get to, and even beyond that level. So it just signifies, leadership and resilience. So when people wear the t-shirt, they know that the stag represents, resilience, leadership, authority, discipline. So whatever challenge that they go through in life, the stag t-shirt that they're going to be wearing, it's just going to remind of, they've got to be resilient with whatever they do, because nothing easy, and I mean nothing in life worth having is easy. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah. So that's the reason why I've gone with this design, and also the t-shirts as well. I think later on I'll start to incorporate, the hats and the hoodies and the tracksuits. But I think for the meantime, I'm just gonna go with the t-shirts designs first. I've got other designs that will be coming in due time. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the t-shirts for now, and then later on, in the next few months, I'll start incorporating hoodies and hats and tracksuits. But yeah, the drop is gonna be next month in August. I'm gonna give you my TikTok handles, my Instagram handle, as well as the website is all gonna be in the bio. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel right now, hit the subscribe button. And also, if you haven't followed Instagram account, it's gonna be in the bio. Give that a follow. And also, if you haven't followed the TikTok account, give that a follow as well, because you want to stay tuned with what we do behind the scenes, because you don't want to miss any of the drops. Because once we drop, that's it. We're not going to restock unless the community wants it, but we are not going to be restocking any of our drops, because we want it to be exclusive. We just we want people to know that what you have this design, and that's it. You can't get anywhere else. So if you see someone else wearing it or dropping it, or creating fake arms, then yeah, that's not coming from us. But yeah, it's been a long journey. Honestly, it's been a long journey. A lot of planning, with marketing. You got to I think with clothing brand, you've got to really plan and position yourself really, really well, and you've also got to come up with a unique brand identity, because there's a lot of clothing brands out here, but each of them have a specific, unique brand identity that they target with their audience, and that's what I've, over the past 7 to 8 months has studied, and also, um, you know, finding out who I want my target audience to be. And after 7 to 8 months of researching and what I want the brand to become, I've now got a clear identity of where I want the brand to go, and also who my target audience is going to be. So I've got my plan, everything sorted out. So yeah, it's going to be long journey, a long journey, but I'm excited because it's something that I've never thought that I'll do, having a clothing brand, but here I am doing it, you know, with faith, by the grace of God. And yeah, let's just see where the brand is within the next 4 to 5 years. The brand isn't up to a years old yet, so I'm very, very fresh in the game. But I have visions for the brand within the next 2 to 3 years of where it should be. And by the grace of God, as I be consistent with it, hopefully we get there. I've got, plan to do pop-up stores all over the country, which will be in due time. There'll be more details coming up for that. But yeah, that's about it really. So yeah, this is the first video. There's gonna be more content. There's gonna be behind the scenes. There's gonna be design videos of what we're gonna be coming up next for designs for our next drop, and there's gonna be a lot of content. So get subscribing, share this with your friends, family, workers, co-workers, whoever. Get them, following the Maison Aurelius TikTok, Instagram, YouTube channel. Be part of the community, because at the end of the day, it's a community. We're all in this together. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it.